now that we've got the basics of our blog going on and the more important things on our blog, there are some other fun things to add to the blog, and you can find these all over the internet. There are HTML codes for a zillion different things that you can think of. You can go out and find clocks and put them on here with your HTML code. You can just they're everywhere. Now that you're going to become aware of them, as I show you a few here, you're going to start seeing them everywhere. And when you visit other blogs, you'll see them. You might see them down here in the sidebar, or maybe down at the bottom of the post of the blog, and you'll easily be able to find a link or find some way that shows you where you can go and get that HTML code to put it on your blog. And you're going to become more and more aware of these things now that you're building your own blog. So let's look at them. These are the ones that I'm going to be covering in this tutorial. First of all, labels I think is probably a must-have and not one of those fun optional things. And so let's go look at getting them added. I noticed they weren't by default on my computer, so we're going to hit the Layout tab here and go Add a Gadget and look for the one that says Labels. There it is, and I think it should be a default in the original template. But let's click on that, and you can call it Labels. That's fine, and you have some choices here. You can just choose selected labels. Well, I only have one to choose from, so, or you can put them all there. You can list them alphabetically or by frequency, meaning the one that's most used is going to be at the top, and you can display them as a list or as a cloud. So you can change those choices, and I'm going to hit Save, and there are the labels on my page. I don't want them at the very top, but I want them pretty close to the top. The arrangement of these is always something to think of, and I'm constantly changing mine. And so click on that, and you're going to now see here are my labels. Remember when I composed my blog post and I told you the labels were important? Well, I only have one label right now, but the more blog posts I get, the more labels I'll have. And if anybody wants to find all of my posts about cooking, I might have a cooking label here, and they could click on it, and all of those posts with that subject matter are going to show up. And so labels are pretty important. You need to get those onto the sidebar and probably get them pretty high up. The sidebar headers, I just stole one off my other blog for now. Let's go install it. For this one, I'm going to click Add a Gadget, and I'm going to look for the one for pictures, and I'm going to choose this. And I'm not going to label it, but I'm going to upload one from my computer somewhere on my very cluttered desktop. I have put this in here somewhere. Oh my, you don't need to see how cluttered my desktop is. Sidebar header subscribe. There it is. Stole it. I made it specially off my other blog, and so for my other blog, but I'm just stealing it for use here, just so you can see. So I want that picture to be right here at the top above my subscribe, and so when you go over here and look, there is that header. Now for my purposes, you can see because I have a drop shadow on it, just as we looked at that header and how it worked. If you want drop shadows on these, you make them a JPEG and make them in the same matching background as you're going to be using for your background. So to make my background look a little bit better, I'm going to go in there and edit this HTML. You'll remember from previous tutorials that we played with it, and I had said down here that rather than a color, I thought white was always best. And this one too. I'm going to go ahead and change it back to that. And then you can see where that graphic now blends in perfectly, because it's the white goes with the white. And so I'm going to leave it like that. And so I would add another one. We'll look at my blog here for labels, and when I'm here in page elements, after I add it, I'm just going to drag it down to right above labels, and then it's going to show. So that's how you get those photos in the sidebar. Pretty simple and easy. Next thing is a blog roll. There are several ways to get a blog roll. You can add a blog roll right here. It says blog list, and just add this if you want, and then you click here and add or you can quickly do one for all the blogs you're following. That would be easy, but I'm going to cancel all this. And Blogroll, if you're not familiar with what a blog roll is, it is a list of blogs. That's pretty much what it is. You might list all of your friends' blogs, your favorite blogs. You can even, if you're using this Add a Gadget, you can have one for different topics. Maybe all the cooking blogs, all your digital scrapbooking blogs, personal blogs. You make lists of them. And if you go back and listen to the link love video, you'll understand why it's important for people to see links in the sidebar of their blog to other blogs. So it not only helps you because if you're frequenting your own blog a lot, because every time you post you're going to go look to see what it looks like, you can scroll down to your own sidebar and click on over, or other people visiting your site. That's how people find other great blogs, by the links in the sidebars. Or you can utilize, let's see, I told you there were widgets and HTML codes all over the internet. The Blogroll, one of them that's in my sidebar, actually is my RSS feed on Bloglines. And I'm sure that every reader out there has one of these. You can even go into deliciosa.com and make a widget there, add a bunch of links. You can use all sorts of sites in order to create blog rolls. Here down at the bottom of the main page it says share your blog roll, and so I would put what I want it to be called, and I would want the public, and I'm going to generate HTML. Here is the HTML code now. So I'm going to click Control C to copy that. Let's go back in here, add a gadget, go through, choose HTML code. I'm just going to paste that right in there. my blog roll, or I could say visit my RSS feeds. Click save, and I don't want that right up there on the top. Now that's going to be something I want down a little bit lower on my blog. And click save. Now I'm going to view my blog, and where is it? There's the list. There's my Blogroll. So I utilize my blog lines in order to put a Blogroll, which is really quite long, onto it. Now, if somebody else is visiting my blog, you see, and they see all these links. Down at the bottom it says powered by blog lines. So when you're visiting somebody else's blog, pay attention to that. Remember, I told you that you can find things on other people's sites that you can utilize on yours. And so you can go, oh wow, she used blog lines to put that list on there. That looks pretty cool. I think I'm going to use that, and click on that link and go on over and create your own. So that's a little bit about what a Blogroll is, and this would be a very long Blogroll. There is one called Recent Comments, and it is also a widget that's already in here. Didn't used to be in here. It used to be one that was hard to finagle to get on there. I remember working so hard. I don't see it here, so let's just search for it. Recent Comments. There it is. I am going to add it. No posts on this blog. That's okay. No, let's just save it. And so somebody's going to need to come. I'm going to just kind of lower that down. Somebody's going to need to come to my blog and leave a comment for it to actually work. But it's down here. See, and it says no posts on this blog. Oh, the poor thing needs a comment. And oh, we're up to 4 visitors. See, I can told you it's kind of addictive. And so you can read, catch the comments. Other people can see the comments that other people are leaving on here. That kind of helps to give the people, if you're really into marketing, and the impression that, hey, this is a popular blog. Look at all the comments that people are leaving. Most of the time, I don't get that many comments. But, I got it on my blog, and I kind of like it. Now, you know that you get your comment notifications by email, and you can click on them, and you can even click on them to go find, well, let's just go see if we can look at that. Let me just show you mine. This is something that, here's my email. I don't know what that is. I want to go to my email. Where do I find my email? Let's go to my Yahoo. And then go to my mail. Okay, so right here I have all of my blog comments sorted into a folder, and so here's somebody that made a comment a long time ago. I leave them here till I give a comment back, and I am very far behind on that. But I'm going to hold down my control key to put this into a new tab. I'm going to click on her name in this comment notification. Oh, well, let's go to the next person. Next person. I got to find somebody who actually, let's see if she has a profile. And then it goes to her profile here, and you can scroll down, and here's her blog. And so I easily have found her blog. She doesn't have anything on her blog. So I wouldn't be able to leave her a comment back. But if I wanted to leave comment love because she left me love, I could easily follow that through the profile to find her blog, to talk back to her. This is part of the sense of the community of bloggers. So when somebody leaves a comment on your blog, you go leave a comment on their blog. Just follow the link back through their profile and to their blog. And right here is where you're going to find that. Where were we at? Okay, we've done blog lines, so I'm going to get rid of that. Okay, I was talking about the comments. So you can also probably click through here to find their profiles. And if you want people to comment on your blog, you have to comment on other blogs. That's just the facts, ma'am. I'm sorry, kind of stupid. Twitter. A lot of people want to put their Twitter updates on their blog, and that's perfectly fine too. So here's my Twitter. I've been logged in, and it's a very popular thing. You go down to the bottom, and it says goodies, and you have widgets and applications. I'm going to click here on widgets, and widgets to display on my website. I want I guess a profile widget. Let's see what that looks like. It looks like this. And preferences. Sure. I want a scroll bar. Nah, I don't want a scroll bar. Number of tweets. You can decide how many tweets. You can show your avatar if you want. You can show times. You can, whatever you want to do. I want to change the appearance. You can change the colors because I kind of don't like those colors. Okay, this one needs to be darker. And what are the colors on my blog thing? I don't know what colors I have on my blog. Oh. So that might work, but then let's maybe get some of the orange in there. Brown. There, that might work. And your dimensions, if it's too wide for your blog, sidebar, you can go into your HTML code, remember where we were at, and try to find your how wide it is. And if it's too wide and goes over, you can change the dimensions on here. And I'm going to finish. And you can look, it says here you can click and add it straight to Blogger, or you can copy all of this and put it in as an HTML code. So I'm just going to hit this because it makes it easier. And I want to put it to my test blog. Add widget. Remember, it comes up to the top. I really don't want it up at the top. So let's just move it down there. Hit save. I'm actually going to close this out, go over here and hit refresh. And you can now find, whoops, my Twitter updates right there in the sidebar. And I could work at this and make it coordinate with my blog a little bit more. You can see here it's too wide. Just don't know what to do with that. So I'm going to go back in here and appearance, and I really don't like that brown. I'm going to go for the pinkish color. I don't know what color. You can go and grab that exact code. It's not really pink. from Photoshop elements that we had going on before. It might be better as a peachy thingy going on. I don't know. I don't need to spend time on my recorder playing with this. You can see how you can play with it, but it's too wide, and so I'm going to change this to 200, and I'm going to get the code again, and this time I'm not going to hit that add to Blogger. I'm going to copy this code. I'm going to go back here. Remember this little thing here for settings? I can double click on it, bring it up, paste the new code, hit save. Let's refresh my blog. And there you can see the 200 works a lot better. And the color's not quite right, but it does look better than what I had. And so that's how you can put Twitter apps right there that's one of the ways you can put Twitter apps right there in your blog. Let's check out YouTube. Oh, YouTube videos are really fun to put in your blog posts. I'm gonna pretend I've seen this one right here about Missouri, and well, maybe not. Okay, let's see if this one works. Okay, I don't know what that's about, but we're not gonna worry about it. So you can click right here in the embed, and then just Control-C to copy that. And you can put some things in your sidebar, but most of the time we're going to be making a post. You can upload your own videos too. And there are two tabs here, the Compose, and then there's also the Edit HTML. And just copy it, Control-V into your post, type your text up here. This is a random video for my blogger tutorial on how to use blogs. It said Missouri, so I thought it would work. Okay, and here we go. I'm going to create a new label, one called video. By typing it in there, you can see there's the one general's already there. And I'm going to publish my post. Oh no, let's edit that post. I need a title. A random video. There we go. And so when we go back out to the blog and look, I did post it, right? Oh no, something's wrong. Internet Explorer is currently crashing. Hopefully it'll recover itself. Let's see. Oh, that's because I'm on general. So let's go back and that's one bad thing about my banner. I have to go in there and do the coding. So when I click on my banner, it goes back to my website. Okay, that's something I need to add to the other tutorial. And then here's my random video. So you can see how you can easily add YouTube videos. You can add any video. Go ahead, add my videos to your website. It would make me smile. And so that's how to use YouTube. Now here's something else that you see in a lot of blogs, and I'm not actually going to add this to my blog. Well, unless I can remember a password. Yeah, I can't. Well, forget this. Anyway, so if you are at CBox, which I need you to look at the URL carefully. At CBox, it's the URL is not cbox.com. It is cbox.ws. But when you see people who have this shout box, is what they're called, in their sidebars where you can chat, this is totally free. You just go here and sign up. Remember your login. I obviously can't. I have a couple of accounts here, and I don't use them anymore, but I used to, and they are kind of fun. And I do leave notes in them on other people's blogs occasionally. And so you would just go here and create your CBox. It's very customizable. Grab the HTML, go and add a widget, and click the HTML one, paste it in there. It's as easy as that, easy peasy. So I'm not going to do that, but that's where you can get that. Here's another one that is used a lot, and I think you will really like it. It is slide.com, and very simple to use. You can create your free account, and here's mine. And I haven't used it in a long while, but I have one. Here is one with layouts of people using my kits. And here is one I did of a photo walk. And here is one with some of my layouts. It only has a few. You can see December 2006 it was created. Wow, a long time ago. So let's say I want to show off these. I'm going to, I don't know, I haven't done this in a while. No. Options. Get embed code. There we go. We want that HTML code. And so I'm going to, there it is, copy this code. So I'm going to hit Control C. Go back to my blog, add a gadget. I think I'm going to add a gadget. There it goes. Find that one for HTML. Paste it in here. And voila, you're going to have a slideshow. Now, the settings on this slideshow are going to be big like this. So right now this is not good for the sidebar of my blog. I probably could go in here somewhere and change the settings, but I'm not going to take the time to do that. This video is getting too long. So probably what I want to do is take this, and this would be something that I might want to put maybe down here at the bottom. Yeah, maybe below my blog post. Let's add it there for right now. Let's move it, see if I can't move it down. There we go. I'm going to put that down there at the bottom of my blog. Click Save, and let's go see what it looks like. I'm going to refresh this page. Down here all the way at the bottom is my slideshow. I don't really like it when people put these at the top of their page because remember what we talked about. Some people put them right here above their blog post, and it looks like the very first blog post. But remember what we talked about, impressions. You don't really want that first thing. I think if I looked at the settings and changed this and made it smaller, I could stick it in the sidebar, and that might be good. But for right now, that just kind of shows you how bringing back a few memories here, looking at those old photos, how a slide show can be used. I think when you create the slideshow, you probably can even go in here and edit these widths and heights manually and make it smaller. Couple more things. Here's my blog. You can see now that we look at it a little bit closer. I have Facebook on my blog there. Here are my, I call them topics, but these are actually the labels. So if you want to see crafts on my blog, you click on that and it sorts out all of the crafts. Here are the recent comments and what they look like. But the archives, this is Scroll My RSS. This is actually my blog lines, and this is some extra coding I have in here to make it so it's scrollable. But here is something that I think everybody should have on their blog. This is the digital scrapbooking Blogroll. I add as many blogs as I can find in here, and I will be adding all of the blogs from the class into this list also. You can see I power it by blog lines, and I had it with a different host and I changed it to this. So if you click here and say get this Blogroll code, this page comes up and I have the codes right here for you. And I think I'm going to go with, I don't know, maybe this pink one from my website. I'm going to go in here, copy this code. I'm going to go back here, add a gadget, HTML. I'm even going to just title it. Now I'm not going to title it. I'm going to hit save. I don't want it at the top, so I'm going to move it down, hit save, refresh this page, and there it is, right there. So every one of you can add that to your blog, and I'm probably going to make something similar if I can figure it out for this class, so you can have a Blogroll for this class in there, and I will be providing that code for you to put into your blogs as you desire. And we can go on down, and one more thing. I think that's the only thing. Yep, that's the last thing on my list. I want to point out top listings. I've only got a few here. I used to have a ton of them, but you can go and get top listings on your blog. Let's click on this one right here, and what you would do, this is a great one that you can be on. You would go to this site, and this is a great way for you to even find other blogs that you might like. There's mine, number 3 there on the list. The ones that have the more hits go up to the top, and so you can find other great blogs by doing this, but you can get yours listed on here too. And here's the join button, and then you're just going to be able to get a code, and you'll put it into your blog, and I've moved mine down to the bottom. And so that's another thing. This is a Christian woman one. You'll find top listings of all sorts of categories. If you're into other hobbies, you can find them. They're out there. You just pay attention to them on other blogs and click on them and look for the place where you can join it. Sometimes they'll have a moderated where you have to wait to be accepted. I have, for instance, my Christian blog that I have down here at the bottom. Well, here's some more codes. I used to have them on my other blog, but I just got too many. But you can my blog community to meet people to come read your blog, and blog catalog. But down here are some top sites for Christian ones that I have on here. So you can find them for any topic. You just got to kind of either search for them or pay attention to them on other blogs and then join them when you can. So I hope this has helped you learn a lot about some other fun things that you can do for your website and help you to become more aware of the things that you can do for your website. And do feel free to share here in the forum links to other fun things that you can put on your page. Like I said, you can even, for instance, search for HTML clock. Here, clocklink.com I think is a good one. Well, maybe not. Well, yeah, gallery. Oh, yeah, see, here's some clocks. There are some clocks. You can get codes. See, here's the HTML tag. Put any of these clocks. You can get a clock counting up, down. So you can just search for HTML codes, widgets, blog widgets. That's a good thing. Blog widgets. And find a zillion things that you can add to your page. Don't get too addicted. You'll be spending too much time. Just remember, the more things you have on your page, the longer it takes for it to load. So you'll end up doing like me. I put things on, try them out for a while, and then have to evaluate. Do I really need this? Or is my blog taking too long to load? And then I take them back off. You wouldn't believe all the things that I have had on my blogs. Anyway, have fun. Share what fun things you have with others in the class in the forum. And don't stop.